Check, 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 check. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Levelhead, back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast, where gamers come to talk. What's up, Mr. Norris?
What it do? What it do? Man,
trying to see what's going on with my mic. Check, check.
I just realized what you did with the thumbnail. You gonna put the Xbox one up so the Xbox can have a game?
Well, you know I had to represent. They had to get some representation up in here. I didn't feel right not to. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. What's up, Nia? Welcome to the show. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm trying to get my mic settings right. Welcome to the show. Right now it's just me and Mr. Norris. No K-Bomb, so we have the freedom. See, he always runs when Nintendo has a game that he don't want to talk about. He runs. So he's not here, so we're going to talk about that Mario Wonder. We're going to talk about Spider-Man 2. We're going to talk about the reviews of Alan Wake 2. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Mr. Norris.
Sir.
Is there anything you're excited about for tonight?
Dude, 2 hours. 2 hours and 30-some minutes when I get a chance to play the new Alan Wake. Hopefully I'm up around that time. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, hey man, I'm getting old. I feel like it sometimes. But yeah, I plan to play a little bit of that, get a feel of that. Man, we've been hearing a lot of great stuff about this game, like all the reviews. Then you got this one dude, I think it's Gamer Rant, they gonna score it a 50. I saw it on Metacritic. Yeah, they gave it a 50. I was like, you always gotta have that one dude that do stuff like that. The story just didn't make sense. You the only one? Alright.
I guess we're going to have to look into the scores and all that stuff. But yes, we are here. We are excited. And we have a little bit to talk about. So, like I said, no K-Bomb for tonight. He skipped to the doula on us. But me and Keith Norris is here. And we got a lot to say. How much of that Mario Wonder did you get a chance to play, Keith?
All right, so after we talked, I went ahead and played a little bit by myself solo so I can try to get a feel. And then me and the kids played a little bit more last night. I don't really know how the world structure is set up yet. It just feels like it's just there. Everything is just there. Okay. You know, normally you like world 1 of 1 and 2 of 1 and all that stuff. But I mean, that information is still there, but it just seems like you can kind of go wherever you want to go. Okay. It feels like right now.
Yeah, K-Bomb is at home on TurboTax. But anyway, so we're going to talk about that tonight. Have you kept up with all the Lokis and everything?
Yeah. The last one had your boy in it, right?
Yeah, it had him back in there. I think they got the new one dropping tonight. If it ain't already dropped. Yeah, it drops at 6 on Thursdays. Yeah.
That's right, Thursday.
So, anyway, we don't want to waste too much time. We talk all day, every day in the chat, so we ain't got to break any ice. So let's get into what you've been gaming on, and then we'll get into these topics. Let's go! Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On?
Is it has the season actually started, or is it still preseason? God, I haven't been keeping up.
What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, Mr. Norris, so it's me and you, so the floor is yours. What have you been gaming on? Let's go.
Well, we can get the obvious out the way. Still playing Cyberpunk. Still hadn't beat it yet. I've been doing a lot of other stuff, so I hadn't really got a chance to just really game. And of course, the other game that I've been playing on is.
You broke up.
Is that good?
You broke up.
Did I break up?
Yeah, you went totally out. You gotta get a slap yourself on that. Try to
It didn't come through.
Nope.
Come on. Oh, no, I'm good. Y'all listen. One and done. You can't get another one. This is.
Yeah, I was like, what is he doing?
Hey, we live.
Go ahead, though.
No, I've been playing Super Mario Wonder. I was actually gonna hold off on getting this game. I said that last podcast. And I kept hearing too much good stuff about it, and then people kept talking about it's better than the World. It's better than World is my favorite one. It's for side-scrolling Mario games, and everybody's like, it's better than World. It's better than World. So I was like, man, I can't. And then you got to talking about it. I was like, nah, I can't. Nah. No, well, you didn't have it yet, but I knew you was gonna have it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be sitting back watching all these folks talk about this game. I gotta go ahead and get it. Got it. Played a little bit of it. I think what my fear was that it was going to play similar to the new Super Mario Brothers games. And the closer it got to release, I was kind of taken aback. Like, I don't really want to play this. And then the reviews came out, which kind of really swayed my my perspective on it. And I have to say, I like all of the nice little quality of life details that they've added. I was jumping with Mario, and his hat was like the animation of his hat was just fluttering up or whatever. But the way his character, his sprite or whatever 3D character model looked compared to the background, I was just looking at that little bitty detail, and I was like, that's actually pretty beautiful. It's like a oil painting. You know what I mean? It's like it's a really beautiful game, and the little touches really add to the game that I didn't think was going to add to it. I was thinking like it's still going to be New Super Mario Brothers U or whatever, but those little bitty details, they really add to the punch of the effect of what they're trying to give you. The Wonder flowers, they're fun because you never know what you're going to get. It's always different. I haven't ran across one that's the same yet. So it's kind of like a little bit of surprise. Like, okay, I'm going through this stage. I really don't know what's going to happen. I can't wait to see what happened and see how creative they make the Wonder Power or whatever. I think we've beaten one boss because I've been playing with my boys. I think we've beaten one boss so far. Not hard, it's typical Mario fare. When playing with multiplayer with people, I thought that because there's no more collision, which there isn't, there's no collision. However, if somebody can't keep up, they're not as skilled as you. You know, you've been playing Mario over 30 years. They're not as skilled as you, and you try to run off, then somebody's going to get mad. Or if they got the crown, because whoever has the crown is the leader of the stage, and they're the ones that can push the stage forward. If they got the crown and they're not as skilled as you are, it can make the game a little boring. You're like, oh gosh, what are we doing? I need to get my crown back so I can, But other than that, man, I think the game is beautiful. I can't wait to play more. I can't wait to finish it. I talk about the the badges?
Yeah.
The badges, how they can add a little extra techniques that Mario can use. And of course, once you use it, it's for everybody in the stage. So you got the dolphin kick, you got the cat, kind of like Link when he has his what is that thing Link uses when he floats? That scarf looking thing.
His
what is it called?
Glide. The
Link's glider. Mario has a cap like that now, and even the princesses pull it out as well. But I like those little things because they got the little extra wall jump. I didn't understand it at first when I saw it in the videos, but after playing it, I kind of get the gist of it. It's a really good game, man. I hope that once I'm done with it, I do feel like, yes, this is better than you. I hope.
Okay, then new or you?
To my Mario World, I hope it. Did I say you? I hope that when I'm done with this game, I hope I'm saying like, okay, Super Mario World has been dethroned. That's what I would like to say after the end of this.
Gotcha. Anything else, or that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so because that's one of our topics, I'm not going to go too hard, but I've been playing. Well, both of the games I've been playing have are part of our discussion for tonight. So I did get both Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Spider-Man 2. I know Mr. Norris will have Alan Wake 2 later on today, so he probably won't be able to talk about that tonight, so we had to say that for next week. But I'm going to say this, man. I'm enjoying both of these games. I got Wonder in on Saturday. I told y'all the situation where Best Buy wouldn't let me make my pickup at the local Best Buy here. I had to wait till it came in the mail. Well, Mario ended up coming literally on that Saturday. So I was out fishing, caught me a big blue, 5-6 pound blue catfish. I had my own little bait out there, just out there on the ditch we was out there about 11 hours. So got up 4 in the morning and didn't get back home till about 6 in the afternoon. Or 6 in the evening. So yeah, man, I was dedicated. And man, it's fun though. It's fun fishing, man. But anyway, so we was on the big Mississippi, that dirty water, getting them catfish. So anyway, it came in when I got home. I ended up opening it, but I didn't really try it up until. Did I try it out Saturday? I tried it for a little while on Saturday, and I ended up letting my daughters play. I haven't actually played with my daughters. I need to do that. I wanted to kind of get a feel for it myself. So that Sunday, because I knew if I played it with my daughters, I probably wouldn't have played it on my own. You know, I would have got into it, and then we got far, and then I didn't want to do that, so I just gave it to them, let them play. After I played for a little while, I met the first boss. I didn't play him, but I'm there. I can go play him. I've just kind of been clearing out the area, and I agree with you, Keith. It is a little different. The hub world is a little different than what I expected. It's kind of a new twist on Super Mario World to me. How Super Mario World was on the Super NES. It's like that, but with 3D elements to it. So it feels like I guess Super Mario 3D World, but with some Super Mario World elements to it. So that's kind of how it felt to me, because you really can't just free flow through it. It is different. I don't know how to feel about it right now, but the controls and everything like that, man, is where this game stands out to me. You could clearly tell that this is not new Super Mario Brothers U or the new Super Mario Brothers series. They have really tightened this up. The speed of the game, the pace of the game, the animations, all these things I'm going to talk about when we get into the actual topic, so I'll save it. But I'm really enjoying the game. And I also played Spider-Man 2. And I'm going to be honest with you. My first time playing the opening sequence, I don't know if I was just tired, no. But I was not, and K-Bun probably going to be like, level hating. No, I really wasn't impressed at first. So, but it was late at night. I put it in, and I was trying to get a feel before I went to bed to go to work. So I was like, you know what? I don't believe this is a good experience. I feel like I'm tired. So I turned it off, went to bed, came back the next day, and just started over. I erased the whole file and just started over clean, the whole beginning again. And I enjoyed it. And the game was beautiful. There's a lot here to talk about. There is some tried and true, some familiar, a lot of familiar, but that's the same with Mario Wonder. So those are two games I've played this week. Like I said, I'm ready to talk about them in depth, so I don't want to do too much here in what you've been gaming on. And that's about it for me. I think, yeah, that's all I played this week. is Mario Wonder and Spider-Man 2, and I'm going to be playing a lot of both of these titles. So, with that being said, that was what we've been gaming on for this week. So, let's jump into the topic. So, since we both played Mario Wonder, let's go with that one. And Keith, let's kind of because Mario Wonder 2D it's you know, it's a 2D side scroller. It's that part of that family of Mario games. Something that we all love as platformers. We love the 2D platformers, and I have to admit, New Super Mario series was a letdown for me. Right? It felt like Nintendo cut a lot of corners. Was just being cheap, and they milked the heck out of that series. They put New Super Mario everywhere, from the coin collection. I remember seeing the 3DS games, and then when they brought it to the Nintendo Wii U, and it was the launch title for the Wii U, and all I had at launch was New Super Mario Brothers U and Zombie U. That was a lot of U. So, and of course you had Nintendo Land. So, that was a horrible launch. Anyway, so I got nervous going back. I felt them days trying to make this stuff be exciting, and it really wasn't. But anyway, so not that New Super Mario Brothers U was bad, and I'm gonna let you come in here, Keith. But it was clearly evident that Nintendo wasn't putting their best foot forward. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And yes, you're right, Nia. It started out on the 3DS. Right. So new Super Mario Mario 3D World, 3D Land. That's what 3D World was, a twist on 3D Land. So all those started on the 3DS. So RDS. So so the game kind of just the music. One of the things that I couldn't stand about New Super Mario Brothers was the music. I hated that music. That bop stuff was, bro. I wish I could play this mess, but that mess was making. Man, I was like, Nintendo, y'all normally, one thing y'all normally do well is music, and the fact that y'all cut the corners on the music was just pure evidence that y'all was y'all knew y'all was milking this for all it's worth. So coming into this game, I was like I said at first, and I wish Nintendo would let us play stuff. They always make it to where maybe I can play a review or something.
Come on. Huh? Oh, okay. A review. Okay.
A review. So I'm gonna be pulling this up while I'm talking, but I'm about to give you the floor too. So New Super Mario Brothers, you just was like, it was. Let's just be real. It was what it was. It wasn't bad because it's Mario, it's platforming. Of course, it's going to be somewhat decent and playable. But when I got done, I was like, this was a cheap experience. Here you go, Nia. Bop, bop. I hated that music. And the animation was terrible. It just felt uninspired. And I'm going to bring you in on that note, Keith. And then we could transition into Wonder and what has been improved. So how did you feel about the experience of the new Super Mario Brothers series of games? And then give your take, and then we'll transition into Wonder and how we feel like Nintendo has redeemed themselves. Go ahead.
Forgot about Mario Maker. That'd be fun for them, for my kids. So, so I remember when I had my DS. I had a red and black. That mug was clean. That mug like a Jordan. I had a Jordan DS or something. That mug was nice. Anyways, I remember having New Super Mario Brothers, and I remember playing it, and I was like, they did it. Because we hadn't seen side-scrolling Mario in quite some time like that.
Right.
Just a standard Mario. Like, we've seen some some stuff, but it was never like just straight out game. And I was like, they did it. And then they made another one, and I was like, It kind of the novelty wore off really fast. I didn't get the second one because I think it was like Coin Rush or something like that. And then the Wii came out, and then they put one on the Wii, and I was like, I'm struggling trying to see the difference between these games. And then the Wii U came out, and I was like, okay, it's 1080p now. Finally, it's full resolution, but it still felt the same. And then they came up with the Luigi game, and I heard people enjoyed that a lot more just because of the difficulty level. But I was like, man, it just feels like they're repackaging this game, and they're just making it more and more higher resolution. So I was excited at first, but like I said, the novelty wore off because they just continued to do the same things over and over and over and over again. And it, like you said, it just felt very uninspired. Like we just kind of going through the motions. All of this stuff looked like bubblegum, theme park stuff, and they're not really getting to that nitty gritty. Like when you go back to Super Mario Brothers 3, like they was super creative, and then Super Mario World, I feel like they took it to another level with the flying. Even though you can fly in Super Mario Brothers 3 with the pea flower thing or whatever that pea. But it just seemed like Super Mario World took it to another level, and it was on the Super NES, so the graphics were better. But they made, I think it's 4 of them. It may be 4 or 5 of them. I don't know how many those games are. But they were so, like you said, ugh. Like that's how I can't describe that word. But it's like, ugh, like, yuck. Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, but they sold, and that was the problem with me. It's like, these games sold. I understand why they keep making them. But for me as a gamer who prides myself on recognizing the differences and the nuances of the next game that comes behind it, like the Zelda series, I couldn't see it in the new Super Mario Brothers series. And I was like, nah, Nintendo's just phoning it in. But they collecting a check, though. They getting that money. But they don't get their money, but yeah. But
okay, so, and shouts out to you, who was that, DJ Fanatic. No, I wasn't talking about Wonder yet. I'm leading into the Wonder. We talking about the Bop Madness that was Mario Brothers U, or New Super Mario Brothers, and that whole series was a welcome return, but a absolute clear, effortless return. Nintendo really did not do anything to really set this game apart or to give this game a unique footing into the 2D space for Mario. It did not stand out other than the massive amount of coins on the DS version that, all that coin collection. Other than that, the new Super Mario Brothers series was it was what it was. And then they had the audacity to make a Luigi's version of it, and double dipped, and people dipped double. And I was like, you need to slap yourself if you went out there and bought that game. But anyway, so we went on about a 7-8 year hiatus of the 2D world, Mario, outside of Baker. We went on a hiatus, and now we come to the Wonder. And I'm going to be the first to say it is a welcome return. Keith, they did this one right. Yes, they did this one right. They understood what made the others, the new Super Mario World, a problem. And Nintendo, they got it right. Now, I want to play it, man. I really do. But I can't play it. Nintendo is going to ninja us up. So I don't know how to really get around it. I can say fair use. But I don't think it's gonna get us through. So anyway, New Super Mario Brothers Wonder is here. And I remember, and Keith, you kind of brought this up last week. You kind of called me out on where I was, what my position was when I first saw it. And I was concerned, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I don't know. This feel like some more new Mario. Hey, and I remember saying, "Hey, I think I'm going to skip because I just was underwhelmed with the new Super Mario Brothers series." And there's so many great 2D games out there, people. 2D side scrollers are in abundance, and there's some great ones that will match. Well, not beat Mario, but some of them was better than New Super Mario Bros. Series. Put it like that. They may not compare to 3D Mario 3 or the original Mario. We won't count Mario 2. They may not compete with Super Mario Brothers World, Super Mario World, or any of those. But New Super Mario, there's a lot of 2D side scrollers that's better than that. I'm just gonna be real. There's a lot. The game that was made by the people that used to make Banjo-Kazooie, and they made two versions of these. It was indie. What was that game?
You're talking about
Ukulele.
Lord, ukulele.
Ukulele. Yep. The 2D,
yep.
The side-scrolling 2D ukulele is better than New Super Mario Bros. Rayman.
Oh yeah. I thought you said Wonder for a minute.
No, New Super Mario Bros. Rayman is better than New Super Mario Bros. Ori is better than New Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. was it was terrible. So they had to redeem themselves, and for me, and I think it's the same for you, Keith, they did. New Super Mario World Wonder is an awesome game. All the way around, and we're going to break it down, and then we're going to go to Spider-Man, then we're going to talk about Alan Wake, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So, first of all, what I was concerned about when I first saw it was quickly stumped out in my mind after I just watched it. When I went back and watched it and just looked at the visual presentation of this title, this is a step in the new direction for Mario. Now, real quick, Keith, go ahead and give your takes on just the visual direction of the game. What stands out to you with the visuals of the art style of the game?
You know what? I think the shadows and the contrast really stand out to me. Specifically when I look at
fair use.
When I look at the I should just.
I'm just stopping. Go ahead. I'm just skipping. I'm skipping through. I ain't playing.
See y'all like, I think the contrast of the colors and stuff really pop out to me, and how they're really playing with the shadows. And I think that's one of the things that New Super Mario Brothers lacked. It was lacking that contrast, that depth. It just looked very surface. It didn't like it was 3-dimensional models or anything like that. It just looked very bland and basic. But this one, they do some really wonderful, especially with like the hippos. If you've seen those in the trailer, the hippos, yes. like under them, they had like really nice shadows, or those what are those called, bulls or bisons or whatever. Like just all those little bitty touches that you don't really notice, but you notice them. You notice them if they were gone, right?
Yeah.
So I think they did a fantastic job on the visuals. I think they can go even a little. They can go a little darker. Honestly, I feel they can go just a tad bit darker if they wanted to. But this is a good sweet spot where Mario is still the family friendly, the soccer mom's favorite. Like I can count on Mario. Look, he still has that look. I can count on Mario to not teach my kids stuff. Safe bet. So, but no, it's beautiful. It's a I don't know. Yeah, I just like what they're doing with the shadows. It really brings out the game to me.
Yeah, DJ Fanatic said, I knew he was going to get it. Level couldn't resist. You know, I was tempted not to until I kept watching, and you're right, it got me. But what I would say is, going with the visuals, one thing that stands out to me with this is it kind of has like a Yoshi's Crafted World, like what's the other one? No, not the Crafted World, the clay one that Yoshi and Kirby also had that where
I know what you're
Mario,
talking about.
yeah, it feels like Mario pops out of the screen a little bit. Like,
Yeah, that.
yeah, like he's, you know how when you color, back in the day when you used to color in the coloring book and you wanted to pop, so you outlined it with black and made it look like it was separated from the actual paper. Like Mario seemed, the characters seem like they, some kind of way, even though they're in there, it's like they kind of pop into a 3Dness, like shadowing on them that make them look 3D modeled, even though it's 2D. And I don't know how they pulling that off. I do art, but I can't explain how they making that happen. But there's a pop to the character. And then, like you were saying, Keith, the backgrounds has life to them, vibrance to them that New Super Mario just didn't have. There's distinction in the layers of the background. As you can see in this stage, you see a lot of the background, and even how the background moves, it just feels different. And I don't want to keep playing it. I don't want to, fair use, Nintendo, fair use.
Are you playing it from their page?
No, I'm not playing. I'm playing IGN, so they shouldn't be able to hit me too hard. But what's up, Chariot Man? Welcome to the show. What's up, guys? What's up, bruh? But anyway, so that's one of the things that, to me, it just visually just pops in a way that New Super Mario Brothers didn't. And at first, it looked very reminiscent, very same-ish as New Super Mario, and that's what concerned me. But as I really let my hesitance leave and just look at what I was looking at, I was like, wait a minute, now that looks noticeably different than what New Super Mario Brothers look. Still in that same family, it still got some New Super Mario Brother elements to it. Don't get me wrong. You could tell they still using some of those ideas, but it's distinct enough from it that you just notice this pops a lot more than that game popped. But there's other things that make this game pop even more than just the visuals. You got anything else to add to the visuals, Keith?
Well, I like what you said about the layers. I'm watching some screens and I didn't realize, like, in specifically those hippos, they're rolling in the front, but they're also rolling in the back. The pipes are bouncing in the front, but they're also bouncing in the back. And it's such a subtle change that you may or may not even notice when that Wonder Flower kicks in. But it's such a wonderful change of pace, and everything has like depth. I just can't get over how much depth there's in the color palettes. Like there's I don't know if you can't play it, but there's a scene where they're kind of like, it's not like Peach is in the foreground, Mario, Luigi, and Toad are in the background, and then there's another layer of background back there, but she's in like this full bright color. They're kind of shadowed out a little bit. I can't play that. It just, don't worry about it. But it's just such a nice. It's those little details you don't notice, when you're just playing it or you're just trying to rush through it. This is a beautiful game. I gotta give it to Nintendo on this one.
So the next thing and this is what sold me. Now the visuals, like I said, it's definitely a step up from New Super Mario Brothers U. But that's just one aspect of it. What got me, man, who's that? AB James, welcome to the show.
Oh, what's up?
It's the first time I've ever seen your name. Truly feels like the new the next evolution into the Mario since Super Mario World. Agree. Anyway, so what got me, Keith, that stood out to me, that made me realize, no, this is not New Super Mario Brothers U, was the animation. That's what got it. That's what did it. At first, I didn't notice the animations. I didn't notice any of that stuff. I was just like, this looks like New Super Mario Brothers U. It's just more colorful, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more clarity. You could tell it's on a better system. But then I was watching some gameplay, and that's when I noticed the distinction for real. When Mario runs, when he puts his arms out and his feet go into like a 3D, like a Tasmanian devil, almost Sonic. You know how Sonic feet kind of, it does that, and his facial expression goes to like a serious look, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's new, that's different. And then when he jumps, and you can kind of see it right here, he has that Mario 3, and what I always think about, Keith, is the cover of Mario 2. That animation, the drawing of the Mario 2 cover.
Oh, yeah, jump, you're right.
He looks just like that jump. So I was watching the video. I don't know if it was Digital Foundry or who it was, but they talked about how this game does some interesting things because they really worked on the control aspects of it. But then when Mario jumped, it holds frames of that pose. And I didn't realize it stood out, that jump. That's an iconic pose of Mario. And it's like they really did their homework, right. And then it's other stuff I wish I could show you. When he running, when he jumping, when he gliding across rails, and it just like, nah, this is not new Super Mario Brothers. This is a step up. This is a return to that quality that we long for since World. So on that tip with the animations, are there any animations that I missed that stood out to you?
I mean, we know about the hat and the pipe. He reaches back out to get it. I like the animation of when he's floating down with the hat.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that animation. No, I mean they seem to pretty much understand. They understood the assignment really, because everything that he does, from every move that he makes, like you said, when he runs, he gets serious. The hat, even like right when he takes off, the hat kind of falls forward and it goes back just a little slightly, and he has to adjust it. It's so slight you don't notice that he does it. Kind of like the hat got in my eyes. Let me adjust it right quick so I can run for real.
Yeah,
it's those little bitty things, man. They really did a lot, and they stepped up their game a lot. Somebody must say something.
Yeah, Nia said, not Level getting more excited for Mario. Well, look, man, this is the farewell title for my Switch. I might as well geek out for the last game I'm going to buy on that old dusty Switch. Anyway, go ahead, Keith.
Look out. You're not getting Mario RPG?
Heck no. No, not getting no Mario. Unless my daughter wants it, I may get it then. Go ahead.
But no, I kind of want to talk about some things that you feel like they could have improved upon, or they could have did something better or changed.
Wait a minute. Let's not get there. We got a few more aspects to go through before we get there. Let's hold that thought, because I don't want to ruin it just yet. We on a roll. Let's let the ball roll a little longer. Then we'll dissect it and chop off a few of these ankles. Real quick. Let's roll through it real quick. Then we get to what you just asked. So one of the other animations I like, you kind of brought it up, is when he walks into a pipe and his hat lingers behind him, and he pulls the hat into the pipe. But the other part I like is when he walks out a pipe, he looks around and surveys the area before he walks out. That was dope to me. Another thing that pops with this game is the music. The music is hitting. The music is popping. It's noticeably more integral and more intentional, and kind of true to form for Nintendo back. You know, because Nintendo always, to me, that's one thing they do well. They take music serious, even going so far to have orchestras and real orchestras playing in their games like Zelda and all that. So Nintendo has always been top tier when it came to their music. So to see Mario take a new Super Mario Brothers U kind of take a step back to where it sound lazy, it was kind of jarring. So to see the music return back to prominence to me was dope. What you think about the music?
Man, you heard the one I went back and posted to y'all.
Yeah,
That underground music, that new underground music. Woo,
yeah, that bass line popping. Yeah, that bass line popping.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
No, it's really nice. Of course, I haven't got through everything yet. I'm still kind of like really early in the game, technically, I think. So I haven't heard everything, but so far from what I've heard, the music sounds good. I can notice that that's a different Mario, or maybe I'm getting it confused with the talking flowers. I don't know, but something about it it just sounds different. It sounds like a different game. But I like all the sounds of the game. Everything is just crystal clear. It works. I cannot tell if they're using orchestra or they're synthesizing the music. I don't know. I can't tell. But yeah, I can't wait to hear more from it. More music, more stages. Like I can't wait. Like historically, like Bowser stages always used to have like a really nice rock melody. So I can't wait to hear that because I know that they gotta have something like that in it. So yeah, I just can't wait to hear more.
Another thing I didn't say before on the animations is I like the animations of the Goombas and the turtles and even some of the new creatures and things in this flower kingdom. Everybody got like funny eyes. They look like when you finna stomp on them, their eyes get big and mouth open up. They look shocked and scared. So that stood out to me. Another thing I guess I gotta ask you, what do you feel about the power-ups? You got the drill, the elephant, and then the bubbles. I haven't experienced the bubbles yet, but I have.
Really?
No, I haven't gotten the bubble power-up. I've had the fire, flower. I've had the elephant, and so far that's all the power-ups I've experienced. I haven't experienced any of the drill. I haven't experienced the drill nor the bubbles. So, like I said, I haven't beat the first boss yet. So I don't know if they have any stages that those power-ups are in, but I haven't played any of those yet. I haven't experienced any of those yet. So what's your thoughts?
I think so. I think that's why you haven't seen the bubbles. So let's see, the elephant. I didn't really know what to think about the elephant. The elephant does exactly what you see in the video, folks. If you haven't played it, it's exactly what you would think the elephant does. But it is fun. It is fun to play as him because when you are that size, it's easy to find him on the stage. So like, especially when you got it's a lot of y'all playing at one time, and y'all are all elephants. It's easier to see. But yeah, the elephant does exactly what you think it would do. Fire. I mean, that's just an iconic fire flower. That's just an iconic power up, and it works to this day. It still works in this uniform in this universe that they've created. It still works. There's nothing wrong with it. I can't imagine if I wouldn't even. I don't know. I couldn't imagine if it wasn't there. I did get a chance to experience the bubble. Didn't really care for it. I didn't really think it was. This is not something I would have made. Mario shooting bubbles. That's
I said, I've seen people using it, and I've seen that. I guess because I didn't understand the right purpose for it, but when I saw that you can grab items and you can jump off of the bubbles, I was like, oh, okay. So what I was thinking, like, what purpose is this? And then when I saw how a person was using it, I was like, oh, that may be dope. In the right setting, you can get to levels and stages and cliffs that you typically couldn't get through, almost like Mario Hat in Odyssey when you throw it and you skilled enough to jump off of, you can get to ledges that it takes skill to do it. So that's where I was like, oh, the bubbles may be dope, but I haven't experienced them. So, but they look pointless to me when I first saw them. I agree with you.
So circling back, because I know exactly what video you're talking about, and the dude used those bubbles, and he kind of like basically climbed up somewhere just off bubbles alone. Like you gotta have some real skill for that. But we didn't mention this. Each level has a difficulty level on it, and you can notice about the stars. Like there's a level. I recorded a little bit of it. It was so frustrating. It was me and my boys, and it was some very tight platforming. I think it's like a 4-star difficulty. It was
Wow.
tight, very very tight platforming, and they kept knocking me off because I like when they die and they come back as a ghost, they pop, and it made me feel like I was moving, so I would fall all the way back to the bottom. But we finally made it. But yeah, it's some very difficult stages in this game. Don't get it twisted. Don't think, oh, it's just Mario. Y'all know how it is. Mario can go from extremely difficult to extremely easy in a heartbeat. So
So
you definitely got those type of stages.
let me make a correction. Nia said not. I quoted her wrong. She said not leveled get me excited for Mario. Okay, all right, yeah, you should be. And the other question was, so the power ups are mid. I would say no. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't experienced the drill, so I haven't experienced the bubbles. But I have experienced the elephant, and I do like how the power. I love the power up animation. But if I be honest, man, Nia, and this, if I be honest, yeah, the elephant just is a cool looking situation. It brings. I think he's a little stronger. I think it's a little stronger than Mario or any of the characters you use would typically be. I think you can jump a little higher, maybe run a little faster. It do add an element of the trunk, and you can hit stuff with the trunk. I really don't get the whole water splashing part. So yeah, it leaves a little to be desired in the power-ups, but the badges might make up for what the power-ups are giving you. Because you still have the star. You still got the tried and true fire flower. But the elephant was dope to see it, but it ran its course quick. I'll be honest, it ran its course quick. Once you did it a few times, sometimes I skip getting the elephant because, like, especially on them hippo stages, I'd rather just have Mario. Because he's a little smaller, and you may be able to slip around and navigate through the chaos of the Wonder Flower, which we got to talk about that. And then we got to go through some negatives. But if there is a negative, yes, I would say the power-ups that I have experienced, other than the flower, the elephant was a letdown. I say that. It didn't bring. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a Tanuki suit. It wasn't none of those. It was kind of just. It was kind of just there.
Right.
One of the best power ups to me is, like, of course, the cat suit. You know, the cat suit is dope. Anyway, it is kind of corny as far as him meowing and everything, but the cat suit do what it does. The Tanuki suit is dope because you can float. You can hit stuff with your tail. What's another dope power up, Keith? The hat with
cape. The cape.
That's what they should have brought back. God. That's what they should have brought back. They should have brought the cape back. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
Man, the cape. But I think But I will say this: Mario Brothers 3 did have better, unique power ups. They had that boot, the frog.
Yeah.
That you were just talking about. Man. Is that the most unique? I thought they had a lot. I had to look them up, but I just remember Mario 3 having a lot of cool power-ups because typically in Super Mario World, I just stuck with the cape, fire power, and of course the mushroom. Yeah. That was typically all I messed with.
Yeah, I forgot about the mushroom. Of course the mushroom was there. Of course you got to get high and grow big. Anyway, so pause. But no,
hey, he paused.
I paused on that one, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I needed to. But no, I would say so far, I've only experienced the elephant. and I already felt like the bubbles was weak. The elephant is kind of, once you experience it, it is what it is. But it doesn't take away from the fun of the game. It just is a mid power up. I the fireball still feel more what's the word, Keith? More relevant to what you're doing than the elephant. I'll say that. So
say it again.
More relevant. The fire seems more relevant, more purposeful than the elephant. The elephant just seemed like a cool power up to look at, but use is kind of just y'all clearly wanted to do something that looked cool, not necessarily had a true purpose. That's what I would say. And the last thing is we can move on because we talked about this for almost 35 minutes, is the characters. I played with Toad, I played with Luigi, and I played with is it Daisy? Yeah, Daisy. And I would say they all kind of controls the same. There's no real difference between them other than the way they sound and the sex are creature, or I don't know what a toad, what race. But other than that, they all play the same. There's no, Luigi doesn't have the way he can float when he hold his, he run an extra. He doesn't have none of that. He controls just like Mario. They all got similar animations. So that's kind of just not to keep going with this title. I feel like it's definitely a good return. Yeah, there's some negatives. I guess one is the power-ups. And what would you say else, Keith? What else would you?
Yeah, I was gonna talk a little bit about this. The second would have to be the characters don't feel different.
Yeah.
And my son was the one that pointed this out. First time we played the game, we booted up the game. I picked Mario. I don't know what my other son picked, and he picks Princess, and I'm like, why are you picking Princess? Immediately, I'm going into dad mode. Why are you picking Princess? So he like, because she floats, and I was like, oh, yeah, she don't do that in this game though. He wanted her to float, and he was thinking like, yeah, this is a characteristic of her character, and the fact that they didn't bring it back, I think that's a negative.
It is.
It didn't bother me, but it is cool to know that picking Luigi gives you higher jumping. You know what I'm saying? Yoshi has his abilities, all his abilities.
If I'm not mistaken, Toad was always faster than everybody. Toad was a lot faster. Yeah.
So to me, I know why they did it. They did it because everybody's gonna be playing together. But from my experience, if you have different levels of skill, anyways, it doesn't even matter what the different characters can do. But I really think they should have definitely put a little bit more effort into that aspect and given everybody their own unique characteristics, because there's 12 playable characters and they all do the same thing outside of Yoshi and Nabbit. 12 playable characters.
Right.
So
if they got it. Oh, go on, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna finish with if they did get lazy in one aspect, that's it. They got lazy with that part.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that was now, Nia, don't let now you're not excited anymore. Come on, Nia. It's still a good game. But no, true. I believe going away from those distinctive characteristics between each character, at least the main, you could at least made it where I think you should have made them all distinct. Maybe Mario, maybe Luigi, maybe Daisy and Princess play the same, and the Toads play the same, and Mario and Luigi got their uniqueness. But I think that would have added an element because it would have made you think about who you wanted to pick. Yep. There's some trade-offs with going with Luigi over Mario. Luigi is not as sharp and quick with his. He's not as fast. He's not as nimble, but he got that elevated jump.
It's the precision.
The precision leads with Luigi. He overruns.
Yeah.
If you ever play with, he overruns. He slides a little bit more. He's not as tight as Mario. Mario is tight. He turns on a dime. Then you got Princess. She floats. She's not as fast, but she got that floating ability. She can float and hover for a second or two. So I think they should have kept all those elements. And of course, Toad is fast. He fast, but he's not as agile. He can't jump as high, but he quick and fast. And you can outrun a lot of stuff. So yeah, they should have brought that back. But other than that, and those are legit negatives. I'm not gonna front. Those are legit wumps. But overall, it's definitely better than New Super Mario Brothers. It feels like a return. It feels like something in between 3 and World. I won't say it's better than World because the cape is just iconic. That was just an iconic game. But I will say it's better than 3.
I'll keep playing. I will. I'm going to give it that opportunity.
Yeah.
But I'm like you.
Yeah, I'm putting it in between 3 and World. Like
I'll
how it plays. Okay, how it plays and how I feel about it. I like 3, Mario Brothers 3. And this feels like the controls of Mario Brothers 3, but I feel like there is a level of epicness, and I haven't gotten that far in the game that I can't say is better than World. I believe it's on par with 3 so far. I can't say it's better than World, but it's close. It's close. But World lives in a whole nother level of fun to me. Like Bowser in that game, Bowser in Mario Brothers World was just on another level to me. That was introducing to a different type Bowser. And we have gotten to experience that Bowser for a long time. That Bowser actually felt like a true villain. So
yeah, he was a menace.
He was a menace in that game. So a first is always going to last. Your first impression is always going to last when that is being done. And that Bowser, you can't really top that Bowser right now. So they had to go real dark with Bowser to me to top that Bowser. So that's what I have to say. If you haven't bought it, if you got a Best Buy or Target somewhere you can go try it out, go try it out. I think you will enjoy it. It's definitely one of the best 2D Marios to date. It's definitely up there with the top 2D Mario titles. I put it right up there with 3 and World. And that's my take. Keith, you got any final takes on that?
Go play that game. That's all I can tell you. You just got to play it. You just got to experience it for yourself.
Okay. That's right. That's what special. I agree. I agree. You got to experience it for yourself. So, one more thing. What do you think about the talking flowers?
I don't get it. I guess they're like hint systems or whatever. I don't know.
I think so.
It adds to the charm, I guess.
Yeah, they funny. They say some funny stuff at times.
Yeah, if they were gone at this point, I'd probably miss them.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't think you're gonna miss them, but I agree with that. So let's move on. So the next title we want to talk about, and this is what I was hoping K-Bum would be here, is Spider-Man 2. So, like I said, your boy dropped that money. He dropped that money, Keith, and he got these titles. I'm trying to be quiet for my wife, though. So,
you said you bought Alan Wake too? What you said?
No, I ain't bought Alan Wake. Man, I'm too scared to play Alan Wake. I need somebody to play that with me, man. After Dead Space, I've been kind of scary games has been a no-go for me. I got punked out too many times.
Hey.
My manhood means something to me, y'all, and I wasn't feeling like a man playing them games. So anyway, and I can play Spider-Man. So let me say this, man. And transitioning from Wonder, I praise it, and I got a lot of good to say about this title. So first of all, like I said, my first experience felt meh at first. I'm gonna be honest. But like I said before, but let me explain myself. I was extremely tired when I played this game. It came in on a Monday. I had a lot to do. I was trying to do some stuff at the church. It was a lot I had to do. I cooked that night because my wife had to work late. So when I finally got down here to play it, I had to clean up my man cave because of my son. Y'all pray for me Anyway, that's real life stuff. So anyway, I I had to clean my man cave up because I like to play in a comfortable environment. If he heard me, he'd be like, "Pops, you put me out like that?" Yeah, man, clean my man cave up. But anyway, so I got all that done, and by the time I put the game in to play it and it downloaded, it was about 11:20, 11:30. So I'm tired, y'all. I am. I'm truly tired. So, but I want to see what this game is going to be like. I want to get the experience in. I want to feel it. So, he said, "You in my prayers." Thank you, Chariot Man. So anyway, so the opening scene I had heard about, it's supposed to be epic. And you watch certain trailers and they kind of revealed kind of what was going to be taking place. So I always kind of knew what was going to happen, but it wasn't a spoiler for me. It's just an opening trailer. So, whatever. So anyway, I'm not going to tell you what is happening in the opening, just in case you don't want to be spoiled. But it is a situation, I'll say this, where it opens up at a school, and of course you introduced to both Peter and Miles. I'm not going to tell you how they introduce them, but just know we're at a school and they have a unique way of introducing both the characters. And there's a situation taking place where it's interesting because you have two Spider-Mans who both are saving the day in this world. And what do you do when you have two Spider-Mans in a situation together and they both have to leave? It was interesting. It was kind of dope. But when I went back to play it, because the first time I really wasn't vibing. When I went back, I realized I was just tired. I was just tired. The game pops, y'all. It really feels. It's really dope. How it starts. There is some elements about it that I thought could have been better in the opening sequence. It was a little bit too much of the what you call that, Keith. I won't say they're not. They're kind of a new take on quick time events. Like, in Spider-Man, when something is being hurled at you, you can grab it and fling it back to whatever threw it, right? And there's a lot of that. A lot of dodge, throw this back.
It's called a counter. You can just call it a counter.
Yeah, a counter, but yeah. So a lot of counter situations, but it kind of had a quick timeness feel to it. But once you got past that first initial part of the opening and it opens up, that's when it grabs you. So I admit, when you first see him and you engage, it's like, wow, oh, look at that. It's kind of gonna make you feel like, this don't look all that good. This don't. But then just play a little longer, maybe 5 minutes. After that, that's when it opens up. That's when you realize, no, this is not Miles Morales. This is not Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man. This is different. It feels different while feeling the same. It looks amazing. The combat system, man, I mean, it's dope. It's dope. I admit it's dope. And I'm not that far. I did get through the opening sequence. Now I'm about to explore the world. Because you go through that opening sequence like in the original Spider-Man and in Miles Morales. You on the back of Rhino. Remember that? You kind of running through the city, knocking everything over, trying to... I don't know if that's the original Spider-Man or if that's Miles. Which one is that one?
I think that's Miles.
Is that Miles with yeah, that's Miles.
Yeah, because Peter not flies away, but webs away.
Yeah. So if I was to compare the two, I would say I like the opening sequence to Miles better, but there's some elements to this one that is top notch. But I have yet to really explore just getting into the world. The story that's going to be unfolding, that part I haven't really got into yet, but I'm going to say right now, it's shaping up. It's already shaping up. They let you know who Venom is early. Like, you already see what's finna take place, and it was dope. So I say, yes, this is going to be an epic story. The visuals is top notch, people. Like this is current gen. This is top gen visuals right here. Like there ain't too many games that look this freaking good. And I play on performance. I don't do fidelity because I don't like the 30 frames per second. Look at me being kind of bougie, but I'd rather have a 60 with the ray trace. And that's what I wanted K-Bum here for, because, K-Bum geek out over all that stuff.
Has he played it yet?
He got it. He should have. No, has he got it? I know it's supposed to be coming in. But overall, man, for me, it's definitely going to be a good game. I can already see that. It's definitely going to be a good game. But I haven't played enough of it to really go into depths on anything yet. I did get the chance to do the what's the glide with the web where he can glide.
Web wings.
Yeah, I did get a chance to do the web rings. They introduce you to that midway through the opening sequence is and it's dope. It feels like Batman with the gliders. When you gliding, it feels like Batman. So
he's coming down. He's not.
Now he's okay. You ever seen those parachutes that got the wings and they kind of flying
by the mountains and stuff?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah,
it puts you in the mind of that. So not quite like Batman, but. But like I said, the sequence that I was playing in, he was really high. And he was going kind of more straight, and you can go up and down. So he could actually fly with it. You don't have to come down. But as you can see, man, it visually is impressive. The world is filled up. It's dope, man. But like I said, I haven't played nothing but maybe 45 minutes, and that's not enough. Like 45 to an hour of Mario is definitely different than 45 minutes of Spider-Man. It's just not enough for me to really give y'all some real, true intel. But for an opening sequence and a little bit that I played after that, I'm definitely feel like I'm in for a treat. The chemistry between Miles and Peter was dope. It was jarring to see both of them swinging through the sky like that, and it was different fighting with each other, and then you get to a part where y'all double teaming and fighting together, and your special moves. You see Miles come in and stump, but then all of a sudden you take over, and Miles now, and it was dope. It's dope. As you can see, this is kind of the opening sequence right here. I don't want to spoil it for nobody that haven't played it, but they have already shown it. But this is the opening sequence, and. But it's dope, man. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. But give me to next week. Let me get a few more days under my belt with it, and I go harder on the next time. Right here, you see how he just dodged the. That's you doing a lot of that in the opening, and it looks dope. But you feel like you're not really doing much. But then it opens up after this. But it looks visually, it looks great. Visually,
that kind of reminds me of that's just Sony's wheelhouse.
Yeah,
they're trying to create a cinematic experience. So, I can understand your gripe because it's like I want to be Spider-Man, but you're kind of taking it away from me because now you're just making me do these scripted moves or whatever.
Right.
But
and I'm gonna tell you, dude, what this scene right here reminded me of was Kratos in God of War 3. With the Titans, and it really felt like they drew a lot of inspiration from Kratos, God of War 3. It really put me in the mind, and when you dealing with Kronos and all them, and like some of these scenes reminds me of God of War, and but this stuff is dope. Like I said, this when it opens up, what you're seeing right now. This when it starts like, oh, okay, now I feel it, and it just started to become a whole his own thing. Like it was a lot of just you could tell you on a powerful system, and that's what they was trying to show. Like just to see Sandman and see all this, and then the visuals, and this is when I realized, no, this is not what I thought. It felt cheap at first, but then it just opened up right here. And like I said, I don't want to spoil anything because this literally is the opening scene, so I skip past it. But so you don't kind of see everything that's going on. But yeah, man, it's dope. It's really good. But I haven't played enough to really give you a full assessment. Other than for the first 45 minutes, I'm definitely enjoying it. Definitely worth $69.
You know you got to platinum the game. Everybody else been platinum this game, so you know you got to do
it. We'll see. We'll see. So, with that being said, Keith will be playing Alan Wake here soon. So, I kind of want to throw the floor to you, man. So, what are you, first of all, excited about with Alan Wake, and what do you expect? Because the reviews are in, and the reviews are looking good.
Yeah, the reviews, like I was shocked that they're coming in so great. But aside from the visuals, because it's a beautiful looking game, and I think Digital Foundry is saying that they're like pushing the limits. And you're not in the PC world, but before the game came out, the recommended specs came out for each, like low, medium, high, ray tracing low, ray tracing medium, and ray tracing ultra, or whatever, and tell you what type of machine that you're going to need, like graphics card. You're going to need a 4090 or 7900 XTX or whatever you're going to need to run it at certain frames or whatnot. So that lets you know that the game is pushing, and they are heavily relied upon FSR 2.2 and DLSS 3.5, I believe. So it's using like these, and I'm going to assume that these newer games are all going to start coming out this way, relying heavily on AI. But as far as like Alan Wake 2, one of the gameplay things in the original Alan Wake was you had to shine your flashlight, and it opened the enemies up. And in this one, it's similar, but they've kind of allowed the enemies to kind of go back into their darkness. I was telling you earlier, they move like vampires. Like they're moving so fast. So for me, I can imagine that's going to be pretty fun, trying to catch them and get them in my flashlight. It's going to be a game within itself than just shooting an enemy,
Right.
So I'm curious about the story. I'm curious about what happens, who this black FBI agent is. She's a big focal point in the story, obviously, because you play as her. So. And like I said, the visuals of this game, I think Remedy did a really, really, really good job with this one. And I saw this a mile away. I was like, this game is going to come out and do some stuff. Did give me those Resident Evil 4 vibes, but because I've never played this game and I've experienced Resident Evil 4 in some shape, form, or fashion, I wasn't really eager to play Resident Evil 4. So this could be my Resident Evil 4 before I play it.
I'm going to be honest with you. What stood out to me with this game was the facial animations. Like, one thing I can say that Spider-Man isn't as great at is facial animation. You got a lot of deadpan eyes and a lot of just look kind of like the eyes roll. It doesn't feel lifelike. This game it kind of breaks that barrier between real and fake. Like it can give off some real aesthetics where it feels extremely lifelike. And I say this. I'm gonna let you play it and give me your feet. It's just man, I don't know if I'm really ready for the scary stuff right now, man. I just ain't. And I'm like, man, do I really want to? Do I really want to be jumping and have to build up the nerve to walk through these woods? But the game looks like visually, the game looks amazing, and the story seems like something that really gonna take you on a trip. So I am curious about it. It's just I know me, and I know. Like with Dead Space, I just couldn't take it anymore, man. And this ain't Dead Space. This is more like Resident Evil. And I'm looking at it. It ain't as scary, but it does have some Silent Hill-ness feels to me. And I couldn't do Silent Hill, man. I refuse to do Silent Hill. Silent Hill had some of the most creepiest, demonic looking stuff, and I was just like, you know what, man, I don't want to see them people with them triangle pyramids on their head. Nope. So this reminds me of that. Resident Evil was just crazy people with weird things popping out their head. This got some poltergeist type, super spiritual world type stuff going on. I'm like, bro, man, you hearing voices over here? I'm like, I'm good, bro. I don't know, man. Look how that thing moving. That's what I knew. I was watching this about a month back, and she was investigating some store, and they was moving like that. I was like, oh man, you see how it just moved and churned up, and it came behind you. I was like, no, this ain't for me. Not them Resident Evil inventories. I can't play this game. I need infinite bullets if I'm gonna play it.
When I seen that, I was like, they borrowing heavy. They heavy with the borrow.
Yeah.
I was hoping they was gonna come up with their own system or something, but
no,
it is what it is.
It's definitely Resident Evil. As soon as I saw her inventory, I was like, this is nothing but Resident Evil. But again, story and graphics and gameplay is there. It's absolutely there. It's just, do I want to be there while it's happening? And right now, boy, my nerves, I can't even watch the trailer. My nerves is getting my nerves. So I know if I was actually playing it.
Did you ever play the original one?
No, and that's what I like about it. I found out that you don't have to play the original to play this game, to get into this game. So no, I haven't played the original, and I think that was Xbox exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
then it came to PC. I played it on PC.
I played what was that game? Harbor. What was the name? It was exclusive to the X, but came on the Xbox One.
It was a horror game?
It was. I think they made it. I think this group made it.
State of Decay.
No, not State of Decay.
Control.
Not
Control.
You talking about
Quantum Break.
I played Quantum Break, and Quantum Break had all the potential in the world
it did.
to be great. It just wouldn't let itself be great. It was slow. It felt like you was running in mud. I'm like, bro, why is this dude so heavy?
But that, to me, the problem was they didn't give it a second chance. Like Microsoft, all this money, you should give it a second chance. Took the fan feedback because everybody was like saying it was a good game. Take the fan feedback and improve upon it. Nope, they scrapped it.
Yeah, visually, it was up there with anything PlayStation was offering. Exactly. It was something about it. The controls wasn't good. You sitting up there shooting and stuff, and it just wasn't precise. It had the ability to, if it was faster, like Nathan or The Last of It was kind of like do you want to be? You got a game that seems like you want to be like Nathan Drake, but you playing like The Last of Us on certain parts. It's real slow. And I didn't really, it just didn't work for what, and I don't know. I just couldn't get into it no more. I had it, I played about I think a little third through it, and I just like, this game just ain't keeping my attention, and I just gave it up. So, but yeah, it depends on, I may wait till a price drop and what you say about it. I may get it, man, but just looking at this Keith, boy, you got more nerve than me. I I ain't no punk, but I'm a punk when it comes to scary. I'm scared.
You know what's funny about that? You know how you can normally, like, after you've experienced the horror for a while, you're like, oh, I got it. I've heard on a review, this dude said I could never they changed it up so much he could never get used to it. He was constantly getting scared from the beginning to the end of the game. Yeah, that could have just been him, but that's pretty interesting because normally after you figured out what the monster is, the big bad, it's not scary no more.
Okay.
But apparently this game, and I guess it's because of the limited bullets, you're always on your toes.
Yeah.
You're always like on edge, like, oh, I don't know if I have enough ammo to fight whatever.
Yeah. So, but I may get it. I see. When you play it tomorrow, what you getting it tomorrow, right?
It'll be ready to be played in an hour.
Okay, so just send an alert out in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. But right now, it's a yet to be determined. Because I just don't want to be scared out of my mind. I don't want to be scared to put my arm over my bed. I'm sitting up there, my wife like, why you so close to me? Look, I'm hot. Yeah, I'm scared.
Did you think The Last of Us was scary?
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
The original one. It was
either one.
2 wasn't scary. 2 wasn't scary at all. Cause once you get used to The Last of Us, now there were moments where, cheeks was clenched, but those those moments I had gotten used to. Like Last of Us gets scared when you in them trapped in them underground spots, and them the little bloater dudes come out. And the only scene that really freaked me out in Last of Us 2 was the hospital scene. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That
with the bloater.
That freaked me out down there. And you kept having to run away from that one. But it was when you had to run from the one that was like they was all matted together. Man, bro, after that scene was over, I had to take a break. I literally had to take a break for the game. Like, okay, that's enough. As soon as I beat it. No, this is how crazy it was, Keith. When I saw that it was happening, I turned the game off. I told y'all this. When I saw that when it popped up and you in that car in that ambulance or whatever it is, and it hits it and you see all them matted to it, I turned the game off, went to bed. I was like, you know what? Not tonight. No, y'all are not doing your boy like that.
Oh man!
I turned it off. I said I do this when my nerves is better.
He gonna do that when the sun out.
Yeah, I do this in the morning. I was, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. I was like, as soon as this, I was like, I said, pause. I looked at the screen and said, nope. The PlayStation, go to sleep. I'm going to bed, and I came back the next day when my nerves was better, and I beat it. So, other than that, Last of Us 2 wasn't that bad. Now, the first one, yes, I was scared for the first when you run into the first clicker, and that was nerve wracking. In the first bloater or whatever they called. Yeah. But for the most part. I was it wasn't hard to play that game. I would say that the only game that's scary that I literally could not finish for nothing was Dead Space. I could not. Them things, man, to this day. When K-Bum said he was gonna get that, I was like, "Man, you out your mind. I ain't getting that game. I would never play that."
One of y'all got the remastered or whatever it's called.
I think he did. He got the remaster. Yeah. I don't want to see that in HD and high definition and HDR. Heck no. Go on about your business. I'm good.
I remember playing Resident Evil 7. It was just a demo. Played it for the first time, and I scared myself because nothing happened. But I thought, so this the first Resident Evil, first person. I'm like, okay. I'm in this creepy house. I go down in this little basement little area, and then there's nowhere to go down here, so I gotta come back up. And I told this story before on here, so I gotta come back up, and I'm looking a certain way, and I turned the game off thinking that something was gonna be behind me, and I wasn't ready. I was like, nah. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the game off right here. I had my feel of Resident Evil tonight because I thought something, but nothing was behind me. That would have been the perfect opportunity to scare somebody. You coming back up these stairs, you turn around, there goes something staring you in the face. Oh God, that would have got me, but they didn't do it.
Man, like I said, bro, I don't do scary good. I don't do scary games. Nor scary movies. Especially when it's dealing with supernatural stuff. I be like, I'm good. If it's slashers and that type of stuff, I'm good. But supernatural and demons and spirits, no, you had that. And that's kind of Dead Space had them deformed. Nah, I'm good. Resident Evil 4, I could do that. So Alan Wake kind of feels like that. I may, but it does look like it's a little bit something that I shouldn't play, but I may give it a shot. But anything else before we get out of here?
Oh man, we gotta say shout out to Sarah Buns becoming the first black female president of Xbox. The president of Xbox. That's huge. That
is huge. Yes, it is. So as y'all can see, Microsoft had some announcements with some new, some new appointments, positions. And I'm trying to pull it up here. Hold up. Let me get there. Xbox. New positions. I guess that's what I was saying. So let's see what I pull up. So yeah, Sarah Bonds has been, here it is. Sarah Bonds, this is Keith's anyway. So Sarah Bonds has been appointed as the new Xbox president, making a significant change in leadership at Microsoft's gaming division. So wait a minute, let's pause right there. So because all we see is Phil. Who was this person before her?
I don't know. I know Phil is CEO, right?
Yeah, he's CEO.
I don't know who was the president.
Yeah, like
of Xbox.
And that's interesting because all we see is Phil, and I'm like, wait a minute, Phil. We see Phil more. Anyway, so Microsoft now operates 3 autonomous gaming publishing arms: Activision Blizzard, ZeniMax Media, and Xbox Game Studio, which they might as well just X that out because they don't make games. Anyway, the leadership shakeup also includes the promotion of Matt Booty to president of Game Content and Studios, and other changes within the C-suite. So let's go into this real quick. So I guess, Keith, what's your thought? Why do you think, real quick, why do you think Microsoft may be doing this?
I think they need to breathe new life into the Xbox division. I think, especially with the ABK and all of these new partners and new studios under their authority, I guess now they gotta spread the power around. Like you just said, Matt Booty is going to be doing Bethesda, and who was it?
Bethesda. Let me go back. Well, I went into let me get down here. Matt Booty is going to be president. Matt Booty. I hate to have that last name. President of Game Content and Studios. He's going to be the president of Game Content and Studios. And then it says, and other changes within the suit. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know why I thought it specifically said like Blizzard and Activision or something like that, or
No, it's saying
Activision
that
Blizzard.
they now that they own all that, like Microsoft now owns, or Xbox now owns Activision, Blizzard, ZenoMax, and Bethesda, and which Bethesda is ZenoMax, ain't it?
No, ZeniMax. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
ZenoMax is Bethesda and Xbox Gaming. So, which, like I said, they don't make any games. I don't know what they do. But yeah, so it says Sarah Bonds is the new Xbox president, according to a newly leaked Microsoft memo. The appointment was announced as part of a wider leadership shakeup at the conglomerate's gaming division that also elevated Microsoft Studios head Matt Booty to a new position. 2023 saw Microsoft continue its aggressive gaming investments, most famously with the addition of Activision Blizzard to its ever-growing family of studios. Following the recent completion of the $68.7 billion transaction, Microsoft now operates three autonomous gaming publishing arms: Activision Blizzard, ZenoMax Media, which is Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios. With the blockbuster buy of Activision Blizzard out of the way, the conglomerate has now moved to shake up its gaming division C-suite, starting by elevating Xbox corporate vice president Sarah Bond to the position of president. So I guess now that they have taken on these new companies under their umbrella, I guess they felt like it's time to, add some more leadership or bring these leaders up to probably take more of that responsibility from Phil. Phil probably gonna be less hands on as he was. Some probably, but anyway.
Yeah, we're probably going to see more Sarah like we used to see
Yeah.
in Phil, and I know he's so happy he's not doing that no more. He got to come out here and apologize and all that stuff. But I feel like one, I mean, black women they pretty special, man. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say, the mind of a black woman, especially when she's running something like a company like this. I think they're gonna. I hope that she listens to the gamer and understand the gamers' needs, especially specifically these Xbox gamers. And I hope she got them out here competing. But I don't know.
This is who Keith is talking about right here. Keith.
Gosh, here we go.
Keith is a big fan of Sarah.
I was just talking about black women in general, just black women, all of them.
I know. So this is the person that is now, and we've seen her. She does a lot of the announcements every now and again through when Microsoft have their press conference. She will be one of the presenters. So she's now, and that is dope. And she is the first black woman because actually, if you be technical, Reggie Fils-Aimé was actually the first black president of a company in gaming because he was actually black. So
That's true.
But yeah, she's the first black female to be promoted to a president of one of the major three gaming companies. So that is a big to do. Congratulations to her. Hopefully, and this kind of goes to what I said back in the day, that every now and again you need to get a new face. It's not that Phil is leaving, but every now and again a team needs a new coach, a new face, and maybe she could be a new face of a new era for Microsoft. Even though Phil is still is running things as the CEO, as the president, she can now make decisions and do some things and be the face of a new era, especially with these new purchases. She in a good place, man. So hopefully she can steer the ship to a better place. So congratulations to her. That is a dope come up promotion. Yeah. So anything else, man? That's all we had for tonight. That's all I had. So if you got anything you want to talk about, or we can shut it down.
Nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm finna wait on this game. Well, I might. Well, if I take a nap, I'm not getting up, but we'll see. I kind of want to lay down for a second and then get up and try to see what this game talking about. So
okay, but Anthony Davis just stays on the ground, bro. Anyway, so that'll be the show for tonight. She got a lot to clean up. That is true. But I think if anyone is capable to do it, just like Keith said, I believe this sister can do it. We got a lot of bright sisters that are doing, great things, and it's good to see that them putting their trust in her hands. So hopefully with what she has at her disposal, now that they own Bethesda, now that they own Activision and Blizzard, she has a lot to work with. And reading that what you shared this earlier today, Keith, about the fact that what's the new game that came out on Xbox? What was that game that just came?
New game?
Yeah,
Starfield?
The new Starfield being, for the first time, even the developer, one of the former developers was shocked at how bug-free and how smooth that game ran. So I believe that is testament to Microsoft being over Bethesda and maybe making them work out more of these kinks, because he said they had a culture just putting games out with bugs. It was just something that they fans even came used to. So he said it was shocking to see the games in such a pristine state when he left. It wasn't in that state. So this could be, the beginning of something great. So hopefully Microsoft, hopefully this is a new horizon for them. But anyway, this was the show. Go ahead, keep a sign out, then we'll wrap this thing up.
Yes, sir. Got a chance to talk about Mario Wonder. Did it take the throne as the best side-scrolling Mario?
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah, it ain't.
I don't know.
Not yet.
I don't know.
Too early.
Too early? I think they on the right track.
They on the right track.
Spider-Man, Level gave his quick take on Spider-Man. Got a chance to hear about that. I still have yet to see anything top Batman Arkham Knight, but I digress. Because I can't wait to play Spider-Man 2. But I just want to put it out there. Shout out to Sarah Bunker. Congratulations. I'm going to be watching closely just to see, how well she does. Not just looking at her level, but how well she does. Because I think that's pretty huge. And she has my respect for that position. But yeah, man, been a good show.
Okay. Well, I want to send a shout out to everybody that tuned in on tonight. For the first one, Sister Nia being here on tonight. Chariot Man Gaming in here. Thank you for showing up. DJ Fanatic, aka First Name Basis. Thank you for showing up on tonight. We also had, I want to say, AB James up in this piece. And everyone that was listening that may not have chimed in, we thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Keith have been unplayed. Alan wake by then. K-Bum will be back to give you those deeper analysis of Spider-Man 2, and I'll be able to chime in with him because I gotta play a little bit more before I can really go in like I did on Wonder. So come back, be with us next week. This is the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe. Till next time, deuces.
But we got smash bros though.